There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
First thing is, I want to talk about, after 2+ years of forward testing data, what pairs are the best pairs all in all. And when I say all in all, I mean with good profit, lowest drawdown potential, highest return potential. So, clear in and out, USD CAD is our best performing pair for over 2.5 years now. This pair on its own did 330% hands-free in 3 years. Now, this is on a $500 data account with no risk management. These are my data accounts. What's impressive about this is this drawdown happened one day out of 2 years. Other than that, it never even went over 10%, and this is on a $500 account, which means that technically, if you were running a 0.01 per 1K, your drawdown wouldn't have even been over 5% majority of the time, and even in its craziest peak would have touched half of the 36 mark here. So this is very important to know that, okay, USD CAD is one of our best performing pairs. Let's continue on. AUD USD is our next best performing pair, and you can see it's been doing 3% a month and had under a 22% drawdown on a $500 account, which means that had this actually been a 1.01 per 1K scenario, it would have been half of that, and again, half the profit. Now, here's what's important to know. It never even held this drawdown for more than a day. This was a quick spike in news event. The highest registered drawdown that stuck for over a 24-hour period was not over 2% in 2 years on AUD USD. So AUD USD as well is a phenomenal pair. And what's important to know is these accounts didn't have their highest drawdown day on the same day, right? So these means that these pairs are phenomenal to run. All right, GBPNZD. Even though we had a loss here, okay, I want to talk about this pair because that loss happened in September and we're already back up almost to where we were before. Now, this loss was due to the Great British Pound hitting all-time lows. All-time lows. Never had happened since 1977. And the drawdown still stayed below 26% on a $500 account, meaning the drawdown would actually have been half of this. Okay? So we can see that that did happen in October, and that was due to Great British Pound hitting an all-time low. Prior to that, for 2 years, it had never even touched a 7% drawdown on a $500 account using the swing mode. And again, is up 109%. Euro USD. All right, a long-time stander, all-time runner. Notice that drawdown also never held for a 24-hour period. The highest drawdown on a little $500 data account that held over 24 hours was 7%. Okay? And these are on the long-time data accounts. I started brand new ones in 2.0, and we're going to visit them and look at these pairs again in a minute. But I wanted to show you the long-term standing data. Why is it the way it is? Okay? Next, Euro AUD. Euro AUD as well maybe isn't up a lot of money in that time period, but if you're looking for another pair to throw in the mix that'll get some trades here and there, Euro AUD has done pretty well. And its drawdown, most of the time, was pretty minuscule. It had 2 days or so with a registered higher drawdown of over 10% on a little $500 data account, and I think we can handle that. Now, it's only taken 40 trades in 2.5 years. So not a lot of trades, but just something else to add in the mix. And then NZD-USD. This one has also done very well. It recently had its highest drawdown with the USD move right now, and took some stop losses, but a minuscule stop loss nonetheless. And it's done very well through time. You know, that was its largest losing month since ever starting. But again, if you're looking for another pair to throw in the mix, NZD-USD has done pretty well in terms of the remaining pairs, with a good monthly gain and a drawdown that also never very registered. Even right now, it's not in its highest drawdown. So these are the 6 pairs that I really am liking the most. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to refresh, and we're going to log into FXbook here, and we're going to take a look at the new 2.0 data as well on the same exact pair since we launched 2.0. So 2.0 data. All right, and we can see that some pairs have already spoken since 2.0 as worst performers, and some have spoken as best performers. USD CAD once again has claimed the throne. Okay, now even though CHF JPY looks good here, from past experience, I'm going to avoid CHF JPY. GBP CAD looks pretty good, but GBP CAD has also had an incident in the past as well. So I try to avoid the JPY pairs. We try to avoid the CHF pairs. GCAD you could run if you wanted to. Right, now let's keep going. So we know USD CAD was the best performer. All right, and we know NZD CAD we just talked about. Okay, let's go to Euro USD. Let's also choose GBP AUD. Hasn't taken, or Euro AUD has not taken a trade yet. So you can see these don't really take that many trades. Some of these haven't even taken a trade yet. AUD USD hasn't taken a trade yet, but these are best performing pairs. So you got to have some patience too with GearBox as well, and know which pairs are the best to run. So in understanding that, USD CAD is our all-time favorite. Look at this thing on its own right now. Crushing it. Just crushing it. Absolutely. USD CAD did 17% in November, 8% in December, did 18% in January, already up 1% in February. USD CAD is an all-time top performer, so we love USD CAD. GBP CAD, as I said, you could choose to use GCAD. I've seen some runners with it in the past, but overall it's stable. It recovers from its losses. It's been a good performer. NZD CAD, we can see still doing its thing, right? But you could avoid that. Again, these are some of the pairs that are performing right now. NZD USD would be your more stable performer as a major. Euro USD. Euro USD is still doing its thing and crushing it. Let's see, in 2022, it did 30% in November. Insane. So you can see we had some hits. So again, what pairs are the best to run? Well, if you had to stick to just 3, USD CAD, Euro USD, AUD USD. Now it's going to be slow. You're not going to see a lot of trades. If you want to add some others in the mix, add your GN, your GCAD, add your Euro AUD, your NZD USD, and maybe an NZD CAD, right? You know, add in some of the other best performers. But top 3, again, USD CAD, Euro USD, AUD USD. And we're going to start moving to that strategy of sticking to the liquid pairs, because we're moving into an economy right now where there's a recession on hand and lots of things going down. So you want to be in the liquid pairs with the most volume, and we're going to be really sticking to those because they tend to be our best performers and have the best chance of reversal, right? They respect boundaries. So that's a lot on obviously talking about how things are going. Now let's dig into the data accounts so we can share our screen and go through them one by one. AUD CAD is still in drawdown, and we've hit some stop losses. AUD CAD has not been a beauty pair for us. Okay. AUD CHF has not taken any trades. AUD JPY, no trades this week. AUD NZD is in floating profit on the week. AUD USD, no trades. CAD CHF is in some drawdown. CAD JPY, no trades. CHF JPY, no trades this week. Euro AUD, no trades this week. Euro CAD, no trades this week. Euro CHF, no trades this week. Euro GBP, no trades this week. Euro JPY, no trades this week. Euro NZD, no trades this week. Euro USD, what do you know? One of our best performers. 4.7% on the week. GBP AUD, no trades this week. GCAD, no trades this week, but pretty close. It's on a buy 7 or buy 5. And look at that. Honestly, it's pretty close to an entry. Let's see, where are we entering on GCAD right now? Gear 6, or let's see, it's after Wednesday. So we are actually waiting for a 6. So we are very close to an entry. If GCAD falls a little more here, we're going to take an entry right around here. So we see if we get some volume down there by the end of the day. All right. GBP CHF, nothing going on here for the week. CHF JPY, nothing going on for the week. GBP USD, nothing going on for the week. NZD CHF, nothing for the week. NZD JPY, nothing for the week. USD CAD, a best performer, up 1% on the week. NZD USD got no action. USD CHF in 50% drawdown on a $500 data account. What does that mean? It means we got to move our entries up. And if people even want to continue to use that pair, it will be considered a worst performer. And USD JPY. So we'll be updating our worst performers, best performers list. This was all the data on what's a great performer, what's not. With this being said, we are going to look to release a new version of GearBox hopefully this weekend here, as long as everything is smooth on our final tests before we roll it to production. We are going to be adding to GearBox Pro a customizable take profit, and to both regular versions of GearBox we're going to be adding a quote pair and max base pair filter. What does this mean? It means if, for example, AUD USD is open, maybe you don't open NZD USD because they have the same quote pair, right? So base and quote filter to add an extra level on top of the correlation filter to make sure that if some crazy move happens and pairs are correlated or somewhat correlated, that you're going to stay in the least amount of risk. So with that being said, look forward to seeing you on the next one. You're going to see some new videos come out with all GearBox updates here soon, and hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Friday.